On a glorious journey to great academic heights, you need a university that will guarantee you hopes of employment without sweltering in a pool of job hunts. I present to you Ndejje University. We are an Anglican university endowed with 3 state-of-the-art campuses in Luero Bombo, the Graduate School in Rubaga, and the Kampala campus along Balintuma Road behind Mengo Hospital. With well-coordinated learning programs ranging from day, evening, weekend, in-service and e-learning, the globally recognized university offers job market competing courses that will surely light your academic path. Our various undergraduate and graduate programs include Business Administration and Management, Engineering and Survey, Basic Sciences and Information Technology, Education, Environment and Agricultural Sciences, Arts, Health Sciences, and many more. With accreditation by the National Council of Higher Education, we now offer a diploma in clinical medicine and community health. We as well take pride in some courses sponsored by the Higher Education Students Financing Board for a loan scheme that will not get you worried of tuition as you pursue your dream. Come ready for an academic adventure on great facilities of learning. You can visit our website on www.ndejjeuniversity.ac.ug. Ndejje University, the fear of God brings knowledge and wisdom.
This week,
I spray right after the planter because I'm not working my soil. I'm using no-till. So all this stuff which is lying here, sometimes when we plant, there is a new wheat which is already germinated. So I apply a Roundup.
Coming up, Minister Okello Oryem confirms Uganda's readiness for G77 summit. Ndejje University students are ready for Monday. Ndejje University's finance manager presents paper on SMEs in Continental Accountants Conference. This and more on Live at 8. Welcome, this is Live at 8 on Ndejje University TV. My name is Grace NABUKENYA with the news in details. Ndejje University in-service students are ready for examinations come Monday 22nd May 2023. They share with us on what they expect. Let's have a look. So on YouTube, you go and search for Ndejje University TV.
Okay. So when will it be out?
Following the kick-off end of Semester 2 examination for the students at Ndejje University who started their theory papers this week on Monday, the in-service students, having joined later, will be starting their examinations on Monday, 22nd May 2023. They are prepared and have expectations set high.
We have been having studies online during the time when we were in our different work areas, but we have been in touch with our lecturers. They have been teaching us well, and now we have come back. We are having face-to-face session with them, and everything is going on well, except you must know that always exams come with their pressure, and we are working around the clock to see that we make it up.
We are prepared. Of course, we are trying to peruse through the materials given to us. So we are trying to make a bit of revision and summary, because the examination is in a short period of time to come, and we expect to achieve what we have come for. Yes, yeah.
Any message for other students out
A
there?
message from my colleagues, especially for us who are in mature entry, called mature entry, or in-service program. They should come and join Ndejje University so that they can also attain that level, which is required, a minimum requirement, especially in a teaching profession.
Really, me personally, like me, we're really so prepared. We've been having some online lectures with our lecturers. Just like after our work, you know, we're matured. And we don't really have time to come and be here full time, but being in service has also helped us to ensure that we are able to have a lecture like after our daily work. And the lecturer has really done so great, like to support us and really be able to have those online lessons. We had and we really prepared. We had just been like trying to do some bit of clearance to ensure that we get the examination card, and also to be able like to have some group discussion and presentation that was really needed us to be physically. So we really prepared to ensure that we are able to perform, because one, if we don't perform, we have children that will really take responsibility over them. And sometimes stubborn, they can even be able to ask that, Daddy, what have you done? How have you performed? So sometimes it gives us a lot of energy to ensure that we perform more better, so that they could also be able to learn from us as our children. And it will also really facilitate, like when we are guiding them, to ensure that they put much of the energy to really ensure that they also perform like the way we are doing.
I'm preparing to sit my paper on Monday, and the timetable is even now out. What I expect the question which they have, the topic which we have covered, and I've revised enough to sit for my papers. The question I expect is from what I've revised, and I hope to do very well and pass it very well also.
Ndejje University students are divided into two, which are the day students and in-service students. Grace NABUKENYA, live at 8. The finance manager of Ndejje University, Mr. Paul Mark Kayongo, presented a research he conducted about the importance of professional coaching for accountants in transforming SMEs from informal to formal businesses in Africa. Jackie Namuli with more of the story.
In his research presentation at the Continental Conference for Accountants, Kayongo shared research information indicating Uganda as one of the most entrepreneurial countries globally.
For the research of this paper, which was carried out, Uganda is one of the most entrepreneurial countries globally, and was the most entrepreneurial country in 2014. Unfortunately, Uganda's high and rising entrepreneurial activity does not translate into the desired entrepreneurial success
He, however, highlighted that Uganda's high entrepreneurial activity does not translate into the desired entrepreneurial success, in that most of the SMEs close prematurely before celebrating their first birthday because of numerous reasons, including lack of professional accountants coaching. He therefore laid out the benefits of professional accountants coaching.
Operators in Uganda fail in business because they lack knowledge and skills needed to optimize the value of their business enterprises. And based on these findings, professional accountants should coach entrepreneurs to transform their SMEs from informality to formality, but also to sustainable business practices. Among these practices include accessibility to the various capital options. Are these novices going to deploy debt to complement equity? But debt is risky in nature, yet equity is available in abundance. Are they going to translate value using the available assets that they have acquired, like land or infrastructure? Are they going to consider renewable energy or non-renewable energy? These are the questions. The other area is the formal registration. And when businesses register formally, they get lots of benefits, including negotiation for taxes and also qualifying to do business with government and international organizations. The other area is the area of risk management practice. And risk here, you can categorize risk in form of systematic and unsystematic. Systematic risk, the novices would do less because it is externally controlled. But unsystematic is internal risk. They can do a lot to mitigate this risk. It is either poor exposure to business management, it is in fraud, it is in all these losses which encompass our businesses, our running of businesses day to day. The other area is adequate financial reporting. If the novices can translate from this informality by adopting the acceptable reporting standards, for example, the statement of comprehensive income, the balance sheet, so that they are able to assess, at the end of the business season, they are able to assess how much income they have made, how much expenses they have incurred, how much profit or loss, and also to register formally their assets. The other area is the effective cost control. And here, the most important, the planning aspect and also budgeting. Because when they budget, they are able to forecast their income and expenses. And then at the end of the season, they can measure the performance. Another area is the adoption of appropriate technology.
Prestigious private university in Uganda.
Where I work, Ndejje University started in Uganda. Not formally registered, but through the process, when it got registered with the official organ in the country, the National Council for Higher Education, it was able to regain recognition. It was able to attract a number of students locally, regional, and internationally. It got access to international funding through the grants and the research. It has been able to acquire bank loans to complement the volatile student tuition. And each and every infrastructure on campus is aligned to a specific batch of loan. It has developed the ICT capacity so that the delivery of lectures now is a hybrid. And that's why we've been able to survive the post-COVID-19 challenges through this online teaching, complementing the conventional teaching.
Over 2,000 delegates and speakers from more than 56 English, French, and Portuguese-speaking countries attended the Congress. Jacqueline Namuli, live at 8.
Uganda is ready to host South to South International Conference, popularly known as G77 Summit, in Kampala from January 21st to 23rd, under the theme Leaving No One Behind, as the State Minister for Foreign Affairs has stated. Anslem Ojaru with more of the story.
While giving remarks at the end of the fact-finding mission of the chair of G77 Wapa Auditorium on 18th May, the Minister of Foreign Affairs confirmed Uganda's readiness to host the G77 conference.
Uganda will host the third South-South Summit from 21st to 23rd January 2024 under the theme, Leaving No One Behind. In accordance with the principle of rotation, it was Africa's turn to offer a host.
According to Okello Oryem, Uganda was supposed to host this high-profile summit on 17th to 19th April 2020, but due to COVID-19 pandemic outbreak, it was called off.
Where we're coming from. Uganda was to host the third South Summit in Kampala from 17th to 19th April 2020. However, due to the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, which you all know, the ambassadorial meeting of representatives of the Group of 77 plus China held on the 4th of March 2020 at the United Nations headquarters in New York decided to postpone the third South Summit.
Minister Okello said hosting the conference will market and promote Uganda as bet destination country.
Conference of that magnitude, but also give an opportunity to the world to see the beauty and the friendliness and what Uganda, the kind of steel, the kind of rock, the kind of material Uganda is made of in terms of opportunities, the beauties, opportunities, the atmosphere that's here during that period and beyond.
The G77, formerly known as the Group of 77, is the largest intergovernmental organization of developing countries in the United Nations. It provides the means for countries of Global South to articulate and promote their collective economic interests and enhance their joint negotiating capacity on all major international economic interests within the United Nations system and promote South-to-South cooperation.
That would have to be based on science, technology, and innovation, and that would have to be based on digital. We are in the era of artificial intelligence. That is going to be dominant, and that is the thing that is going to mark, the benchmark for society. So we have together to look at those challenges, and there is no way that each of us can face it independently. We have to face it collectively.
The G77 was established on June 1964 by the 77 developing countries that were signatories of the Joint Declaration of the 77 Developing Countries at the end of the first session of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development in Geneva. Anselm Ojaru, live at 8.
And in sports,
in a one-sided affair, the Paramville Cricket Academy cruised to a resounding 9-wicket victory over the Uganda Under-19 team in their third match of the tour. The game, played as a 50-over match, saw Uganda Under-19 win the toss and elect to bat first, a decision that will ultimately backfire. The Cranes struggled to find their footing throughout their innings, with the batting lineup crumbling under the pressure imposed by the relentless bowling attack of Param Cricket Academy. Uganda was dismissed for a mere 90 runs, unable to form substantial partnerships or build any momentum. Anas Biej showed some resistance, finishing unbeaten on 31, but his efforts were in vain against the dominant performance by the opposition. Pal Vimal Patel led the bowling charge for Paramville Cricket Academy, showcasing his skills with remarkable figures of 5 for 27 runs. His disciplined line and length proved to be too much for the Ugandan batsmen, as he consistently troubled them with his accurate deliveries. Chasing a modest target, Param Academy displayed their batting prowess, knocking off the required runs with ease. Parash Patel anchored the innings with an unbeaten half-century, scoring 52 runs, while Soham Nayak contributed a valuable 30 runs to the team's total. The Ugandan camp was left disappointed by their team's lackluster performance, and head coach Emmanuel Isanes expressed his frustration, remarking that the boys need to learn from this experience and bounce back stronger in the upcoming matches.
Today we set 90 runs and failed to defend on a sticky wicket, so we failed to win the first events. The wicket being sticky, we failed to cope up with the situation on the pitch. The boys were not able to adapt, which I think going forward we wanted the boys to start applying themselves. So it was challenging for them, being the first time on the trip to have a bad first. The first two games we were chasing, which made it so easy for them. So we wanted to move them out of the comfort zone to try to do something different. So today, having the 90 runs, I thought that they would still apply more and maybe have a decent approach towards the game, though we failed in all events, I think. So we want to put down everything on table, then we come back stronger with a different approach.
Fahad Mutagana, the team captain, also acknowledged the team's shortcomings, but re-echoed Emmanuel's words of a comeback as the loss goes down as a lesson to the team.
Yeah, basically, today's game we lost it. Then today, we played our game, we won the toss, but we elected to bat first. We want to try out our setting technique, whether we can set 200 and above. But actually, the pitch, everything, we had it for the batting, we had it for shooting, so we failed to do our necessary. So we're looking forward to achieving our goals.
With this victory, Paramville Cricket Academy has repatched their reputation as a dominant force, while Uganda Under-19 will be eager to bounce back in their future encounters. Both teams will now focus on their preparations for the upcoming matches, hoping to make an impact and leave a lasting impression on this tour. Ali Sharan Kiranda, live at 8.
Thank you for watching. That has been Live at 8 with me, Grace NABUKENYA.